Buffalo Bills fans, pay close attention. Explosive information has just come out that could change everything about the team's path to the 2025 season. Hot behind-the-scenes scoop straight from GM. Brandon Beane. An unexpected scare with our first-round cornerback that left everyone in shock. A strategic move on the defensive line involving a true NFL star. And, most surprising, a turnaround with Dalton Kincaid that no one expected, but that could silence all the critics once and for all. Stay with me until the end, because what's happening now could be the definitive turning point for the Buffalo Bills this season. James Cook's name has been one of the most talked about in Buffalo in recent months as the running back approaches the final year of his rookie contract. Doubts, speculation, and even some fear have arisen among fans and the press. Will he force a departure? Will he miss practices, or will the Buffalo Bills be able to find a way to keep him happy and productive in the upcoming season? It all started when Cook chose not to participate in the voluntary off-season activities, and the interpretations soon came. Was he unhappy? Was he putting pressure on the board? The truth is that Cook made it clear that he wanted a contract extension, aiming for a value of more than $15 million per season, a high level especially in a market that has increasingly devalued running backs in the NFL. But in practice, the tension did not explode when the mandatory minicamp in Orchard Park arrived. James Cook showed up, normally, trained intensely, and even gave interviews to the press, showing total focus on preparing for 2025, according to General Manager Brandon Beane. The relationship with the player never suffered any real strain. Our interactions with Jimbo were good the whole time, Beane said. He was not at the voluntary workouts, but that's a choice. There were never any behind-the-scenes issues. This behavior alleviated much of the public pressure. After all, Cook has been an essential part of the Bills' offense, having surpassed 1,000 yards rushing in 2 consecutive seasons. Beane himself made it clear that with or without a deal, he expects to have Cook at the start of training camp scheduled for late July at St. John Fisher University in Rochester. Although negotiations for a new contract are still unclear, there is mutual trust that everything will be resolved at the right time. If a deal is reached, great. If not, Cook will continue to be the main name in the Bills' backfield, with a huge impact on Josh Allen's offensive system. However, while Cook's situation seems, at least for now, under control, a new scare arose during minicamp, stirring the hearts of fans, and it involved one of the main reinforcements of this year's draft. The Bills' minicamp was going as expected, until suddenly a scare changed the mood in training. Davius White for the starting spot, a fundamental lesson learned in the year that could be decisive for the franchise's Super Bowl goals. But while Harrison recovers, another big name continues to prepare for his big debut with the Bills, Joey Bosa, and the news about him is also encouraging. If the Buffalo Bills were looking for an immediate impact player for their defensive line, they found it in Joey Bosa. The signing of the 4-time Pro Bowler during the off-season brought not only experience but also a new dose of respect to the franchise's pass rush. Signing a 1-year contract worth $12.6 million, Bosa arrives with the mission of raising the level of the front seven and helping to transform the Bills' defense into a true wall. However, right at the beginning of his career in Buffalo, Bosa had to deal with a small obstacle during OTAA training. The defender suffered a calf injury, which kept him out of group activities during mandatory minicamp. Despite this, the concern was quickly controlled. Bosa remained present at the training center, doing individualized activities with the physical trainers while continuing his rehabilitation. General Manager Brandon Beane reassured fans at the press conference, "Joey is doing very well. We know that at this time of year the goal is to prepare the team for training camp. If there are any physical concerns, there is no reason to expose the player at this time, but physical recovery is not the only point of adaptation for Bosa. In Buffalo, he will make a change of role that could further enhance his performance. After years playing as an outside linebacker for the Chargers, Bosa will now play as a pure defensive end in the Bills' adapted 4-3 scheme, putting his hand on the ground and going straight to the opposing quarterback, exactly as he did in his college years and at the beginning of his NFL career. I'm excited to get back into this role. In college and at the beginning of my career, I played in the 6 technique pressuring the passer directly. There is no outside linebacker anymore, just putting your hand on the ground and attacking. That excites me a lot," revealed Bosa with 72 sacks and 156 quarterback hits in 107 league games. Bosa has already proven his worth as one of the NFL's most productive pass rushers. Now, as he approaches his 30th birthday, he sees Buffalo as a chance to relive the peak of his career and be a deciding factor in big games, just what the Bills need to finally break the playoff barrier and reach the Super Bowl. But it's not just the defense that brings hope on offense. Another young talent is ready to take a giant leap in 2025, Dalton Kincaid. The 2024 season was not easy for Dalton Kincaid. The young tight end, chosen in the first round, arrived with high expectations to be a new weapon in Josh Allen's offense. But between ups and downs, injuries, and a bitter moment in the AFC Finals, his second season fell short of what the Bills Mafia dreamed of.